Hey guys, welcome back to the Teachers Click. I'll come to you today to talk a little bit about TPT and is it worth it to keep going, or is it like, oh, I just want to give up? Here's my point of view. So far, I have done about 3.5 months in TPT. I've made almost $400 and I am really liking Teacher Pay Teacher so far. I have tried to put in more work, but right now it's extremely busy in life. But I have to make a decision. Is it worth it for me to put in more of my time and effort into this? And I think the answer is yes. I don't want to neglect my family. I don't want to neglect my job. But other than that, I have time that I could not spend in front of the TV, or that I could not spend doing other things, when I could make time and schedule time for my TPT store. And so I made the decision, and that's what I'm going to do. Here's how we're going to do it. What I did first was I made a content calendar. In this calendar, I printed a huge poster and I did it blank, and I did the design. I made designs on it with each month, and I made one. Went ahead and made one for November and December. Now today, just for reference, is Halloween. It's October 31st, so I figured I'd start November and December. So I made the November one out and I put on a big like corkboard, and I made big huge squares in it for each day, so there's plenty of room for all the events we have going on. First off though, I put my family events in there, and that's like Thanksgiving. It's like my son's basketball games that he coaches, my husband's basketball game that he coaches, my son's football game, other son's football game that he plays, my daughter's fall break, anything that I have going on at doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, anything like that goes on the calendar first. Everything else goes after, but it goes on the calendar. This is key. If you don't make time for your business, it's just going to be a hobby. And start knitting if you want a hobby, but if you want to make some money at TPT, you're going to have to get serious, and that's what I've decided that I'm going to do. So I put on my calendar different colored sticky notes. I know a lot of people like the digital planners, and that is great. I happen to like the tangible in front of me, I can touch it stuff, and so that's what I did. I've got different colored sticky notes, and I've got dates I need to film, and I've got dates I need to edit, and I've got dates I've got to post, and then I also have dates that I have to get products. I want 4 products in this week, or 3 times this week I need to at least sit down for an hour each and work on products. Pinterest, 3 days a week I need to look at if I'm repinning, or if anything new I've added, I need to create a pinner for that. I haven't been big on Pinterest, but I'm starting, and the Pinterest, I think, works. My followers, I'm keeping up with like how many views I get. Crazy the amount of views. Crazy the amount of views you get on Pinterest. Now, I'm not seeing huge sales yet, but Pinterest is kind of like Teachers Pay Teachers, where it keeps going. And so once you post it or pin it, it'll keep going. So, but you have to keep repinning and then add more to stories and yada yada yada. But it's work, but you have to do it. And so I put time on my calendar for that also. I also put time on my calendar for blog. Now, I have not started a blog yet. I have my website. That's about it. I am working to get it going when I think about it, but it's been crazy busy and I have to make time for it. So I put time on my calendar. I started like in 2 weeks, and I put 4 different sticky notes on my calendar to make sure I worked on it by this date. And when I work on it by a date, I move the sticky note up to a different date. So I take it off the calendar when it gets done. So I'm really hoping that this calendar, this hands-on calendar, will get me a big kick in the butt. And maybe you need a kick in the butt too. And so maybe a content calendar is good for you. Something else I've started doing is these little bracelets. Sorry, I was looking down. You can't see down anyway. So this is little bracelets. And this one says, stop wishing, start working. Now I've got 4 different ones that have different like motivational sayings on them. But basically it's a reminder every day, and I click it. Like my wedding ring is like the silicone rubber like this. I have a real wedding ring. I just, you know, it's put up, and so I wear this every day. So I don't want to mess up my wedding ring for some reason. So I've got my bracelet. So every day I'm reminded. So I'll put this on, take it off. Even if I do nothing for Teacher Pay Teacher that day, I have put this on purposely, and I've looked at it. So somewhere in my subconscious, it's there. And I'm going to keep doing that every day. So that really helps me too. And also, I've got to cut things out of my life that don't benefit as much as my Teacher Pay Teacher. My example for that is I have like a little flea market booth that I do like t-shirts and like earrings and like crafty stuff like that. Or I have like glasses, old glass collection, or, you know, different things I've picked up and I put in the store, belts or purses or, you know, whatever. But it's a booth, and it's not a lot, but like my rent on this booth is like $100 a month. But here, like the past 2 or 3 months, I've barely been making the rent, which means I'm making 0 money. And I'm starting to create products to put in this booth, and I'm not making any money at it. So why do I still have this booth? If I'm making money off my Teacher Pay Teacher account, and I'm creating this product and I'm putting it in there, kind of like a booth. So it's like a booth online, but I'm not paying a rent for it every month. I pay my $65 or whatever the yearly annual subscription was, and that's all I have to pay. And then all my resources are there over and over and over again, so I don't have to keep making this other inventory up. Now I add to it, but I don't have to necessarily. So I've come to the conclusion that after Christmas, I'm cutting that part out. This girl is going to focus on her Teacher Pay Teacher and do what I can do to help my business. And if you're interested in doing that, you need to reevaluate. What have you got going on? Make a list. Make a list and say, what do I have going on these days? Is there something I can cut out that's not really benefiting me the way Teacher Pay Teacher is? So look at that and see if there's something that you could like cut out, that you could add your Teacher Pay Teacher to that time, those resources. And that's what I'm going to do. And so for me, Teacher Pay Teacher is worth it. I just have to focus and put my effort into it. It's almost like anything else. If you don't put effort into it, you're not going to get the reward back. I want the reward, so I'm going to put in the work. How about you? So what do you do in your store that helps keep you on track, that pushes you, that makes you do great things in Teacher Pay Teachers? Or what are your aspiring goals? If you're just starting like me, what's your goals for it? I am jacked and I'm ready to go. And tell me what you think about that. Are you? How do you get that way? How do you stay that way? It's easy to get excited about something, but to keep going, that's the real key. But let me know how it's going on your guys' end, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.